I come from that, and that kind of environment. You don't have to be a product of that environment, and so I'm always looking to just push people forward if I can do that. So,
yeah, good for you. Awesome. So, how could somebody get a hold of you? You got a fan club or something? You got a website? Got a Twitter?
Oh, yeah, people. I'm on social media, Twitter, Instagram, and so forth. I'm at Real London Brown. At Real London Brown, and people. I'm always interacting. I'm going live, and I cook on there, so people usually chime in and ask questions. And page is full of shout outs and everything else like that. So I try to definitely stay connected with the fans of the show or people who believe in me, and so that we can grow. And then usually, in between that, my followers that check me out, and then I'll let them know when I'm coming to a city for stand up, and they come out to the shows. So it always works out.
Love it, keeping it real at Real London Brown.
Yeah. So also London, are you doing any touring right now for stand up? Going any places?
Yeah, right now. Right. Right now, I'm back and forth on the road, and the end of this month I do Just for Laughs in Montreal, so that should be cool. So yeah, I'm just hitting the cities, and when I leave here from New York, I'll go back to LA and do the Comedy Store in LA. So yeah, I'm just back and forth and trying to keep productive and keep at it.
Do we see a comedy special, a Netflix or some sort of comedy special coming your way, London? The way things are going?
Yeah, there've been some offers and some things presented about some specials, and so right now that's part of the reason I'm on the road, because I'm just trying to work, get the 30 minutes of the hour tight, and so that when the comedy, I feel like a comedy special should be special, so I don't want to rush it and anything like that. But there are some talks about it already.
All right,
got a great attitude.
A final question for you, London. He is a caregiver. He mentioned that with The Rock, but he has a question for you.
Yeah, just want to make sure that you be aware that you never know. I always say that you're either going to become a caregiver one day or you're going to need a caregiver. There's no escaping it.
Yeah.
Either with your parents or a loved one or whatever. So, just keep your eyes open for opportunities to help out. And it sounds like you're already there, with that helping heart. Your mother's real proud of you, I'm sure. And I know it sounds like you love God too. So that's awesome. You're an awesome guy.
I try to keep it together, and I've done some caregiving with my grandmother. And
there you go.
I understand how, all of that with being able to, what it means helping with the wheelchair, breaking that down, setting it up, feeding her. Those kinds of things. So I'm very in tune with those kinds of things and trying to do that, So
and make sure you put your needs first, because caregivers so often, they give and give and give, then there's nothing left to give. They burn out. 30% of them actually die before their loved ones do. But I'd love to get an interview with The Rock, but hint, hint, hint. He's on my bucket list.
And London, last thing is, The Rock
put in a good word for me. Thanks.
London, The Rock wore my knee pads when he forgot his knee pads when he was Flex Cabana in USWA. We were on a TV taping. I was in the Jerry Lawler individual occasional tournament down in Memphis TV. So that's where Rock and I connected, and he worked a couple other shows as well back before he made it. So always those are
a nice guy.
He's a great guy. Fantastic. Very, very down to earth. I had a really fun time talking to him back in the locker room and stuff. But all right, good talking to you, London. Thanks for calling. I appreciate it, man.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate you guys so much, man. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, take care.
Sir.
All right, see you guys. Okay.
All right.
Bye-bye.
You're listening to the Neil Haley Show. We'll be back in just a moment.
We're back to the Neil Haley Show on the Total Celebrity segment, and I'm excited to welcome the program Elise Braga of Queen of the South on USA Network. Elise, thanks for calling. How are you?
Oh, thank you so much. I'm good. And yourself?
I'm doing fantastic. And wow, what a ride, starting with I Am Legend to now and the success of Queen of the South. You got to be really excited in your career and where it's going.
It's very exciting. I mean, having the chance to do a show that is on its third season, I think I never thought that would be possible. Or to work with Will Smith as well, I never thought it would be possible. So it's just a dream come true. I think it's great to have the chance to play such different roles, and now with Queen of the South, to be able to play a character for more than 2 years is just so magical. It's great. It's very exciting.
Well, it's definitely very exciting, especially as a Brazilian actress. I don't know again, talking about Brazil must be really proud of you, aren't they?
Brazil is what?
Proud of you, Elise, for your success.
Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, I hope so. I mean, it's great to be able, when I come back home, to see people feeling that they're proud and that they love that I kind of bring the flag abroad. It's very exciting, and I really still work in Brazil because of that, because I do believe it's great to bring back some stuff that I learned in the U.S. to the industry here. I think it's always very special.
So let's talk about Queen of the South real quick, Elise, and talk about specifically, you're the main character in this story, and it's based on a book. So tell us the premise of the show.
The show starts with Teresa Mendoza, which is my character, running for her life. She dates a drug dealer who gets killed, and therefore people start running for her because she knows a lot. So she starts to go on the run. And by her struggling to survive, she realizes that once you're in this business, there's no way out.
Right.
So the show is a lot about her journey of discovering how to survive in this business, but also how to build a business of her own and becoming this powerful CEO of the drug world.
And is this a true story or just based on a book, or is it a true story of this woman?
It's based on a book. The premises started with the book, and then it was decided just to create a new journey for the character. But it's based on Arturo Pérez Reverte's book, and probably like some characters that he learned, he got to know throughout his life. But I do believe it's only based on the book.
Okay, so your character has to learn this business and how challenging this business is to be a woman running it, right? And that's what the whole story is going to be about in the journey. And how did you prepare for this character, especially looking at someone as powerful as this character is compared to some of the other characters you played in your career?
I tried a lot because I'm a huge fan of the book. I read the book 10 years ago, so when they invited me to jump on this project and to participate, I really got excited because my passion for the journey of the character was so strong that I decided to just follow the book. So even though we're not following exactly what the storyline from the book is, I try to understand a lot from the spine of the character and who she is in the book, and try to apply the situation that she's in with that soul, with that mindset. So mainly I based myself on the book, but also I prepared a lot, trying to understand how, for example, strong female leads work all over the world, being either a CEO of a company or how to empower themselves. I think those kind of inspiration, and especially nowadays that this is so much in discussion, it's been great, because I think the character, for her to survive into this world, she had to be a very powerful, strong woman. And finding that was my nicest, challenge.
We're talking to Elise Braga here on the Neil Haley Show about Queen of the South on the USA Network. And Elise, looking at, particularly your character from the first season now to the third season, how has she grown and what should we expect this season?
It's interesting because season 1 was a lot about her running for her life. Season 2 was about her understanding her role into this business and how she would have to behave and be involved and maybe trying even to escape once again. And then season 3 is a lot about her empowering herself, her being in charge of her own life and her own destiny and her own choices, where to go, how to deal with, and how to survive, but to empower herself. So season 3 is a lot about being in charge of her own destiny.
Very, very interesting, and her own destiny. But that could end up hurting herself real bad, end up in jail. So we just don't know what's going to happen with this character, especially the crazy business she's in, right?
Yeah, totally. I mean, like, you never know what's going to happen. There's so many twists. It's such a violent and also dangerous world that at any point something can go wrong. And I think that's what the fans love, because it brings a lot of action and a lot of, drama into every scene and every situation.
And Elise, you also have other projects going on as well, right? Correct? For your fans, that's going on, not just Queen of the South, correct?
Yeah, I mean, I did a film that's still to come out. It's called New Mutants. It's a spin-off from the X-Men world. It's going to release next year, and it's very exciting because I was always a big fan of the X-Men movies and cartoon and graphic novels. But that one, and also I have a production company in Brazil called Los Bragas that I have with my sister and my best friend, and we're producing 2 Netflix shows for Latin America, which is great. And I'm developing another project for myself as an actress, but also reading a couple of scripts in the U.S. So I'm kind of back and forth between in front of the camera and behind the camera, which is exciting.
I love that. And see, as you're an entrepreneur because of all those other things, so that helps your character more and more understanding the meetings and the strong-willed character that you have to be in your business in Brazil to exactly what your character is in Queen of the South in certain ways. Just a little different business, but really a relationship of entrepreneurship in 2 different ways for sure. So continued success, Elise. And where can we find info on you? Best place. Are you on social media? People can connect with you there. What social media can we connect with you?
I am on Instagram. My Instagram is Alice Braga _official. And I don't have Twitter. I'm still in the 80s. I'm horrible with social media, but I love Instagram because I love pictures. So I would love for you to follow me there.
Oh, you're fabulous for sure. We'll definitely check you out. And again, Thursday nights, Queen of the South on USA Network. So, Alice, thanks for calling and thanks for coming on the show. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Have a wonderful day.
You too. Bye-bye. You're listening to Neil Haley Show. We'll be back in just a moment. We're back to the Neil Haley Show on the Total Celebrity segment. And, I love talking professional wrestling. It's my favorite thing in the whole world to talk it. I have always those inklings of getting back in the ring, but then I remember my body and also remember what I'm doing now and how I'm achieving more out of the business. I learned so much from the business and have equated it to real life. Why beat myself up? So I'm excited to welcome to the program Evan Ginzburg. He's talking about his new film, 350 Days. Evan, thanks for calling. How are you?
I'm great. Thanks so much for having me. Appreciate it.
And you kind of told me a story that makes it like in a lot of ways. We learn everyone that's involved in the wrestling business in some way, Evan, is able to relate that to the real world at one point in time and whatever they do. And I'm seeing from this documentary and all also other things, you see some of these wrestlers and how life after wrestling they had success just because of what the business taught them, right?
Well, the business has a beautiful side and a horrible side,
yes.
And we try to tell both in 350 days. It's called 350 Days because during the Hulkamania, rock and wrestling, Cyndi Lauper peak period, these guys were on the road literally 350 days a year.
Absolutely.
And the toll that takes on your body, your family, your psyche, your marriages, plural,
yes.
because you're not home, your relationships with your kids. And as a former wrestler, these guys were wrestling on Christmas Day for Starrcade, yes. And Survivor Series on Thanksgiving Day. And how do you tell your kid, I'm not going to be home for the holidays, I'm not going to be at your graduation?
Exactly.
How do you tell your wife, I'm not going to be there when you give birth?
That's crazy. Yeah.
Absolutely crazy, yeah.
And it's because the difference is that pro wrestling's 365 days a year. And the biggest events are sometimes holidays, the way the business was then. And ultimately, it was their only shot to make money. So they'll do whatever it takes to do it. And it's like being a specific performer in other things. Hey, you know what? This is what I have to do. I have to do what it takes to make it. But then it really hurts your family life. It really hurts your persona. It gets you into addictions, all these different things. The business is so great when you see the finished product. But what goes into every day, working every day in the ring,